don't you know? Bringing our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's our everything. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We won't make a dollar, won't sell a thing. We're the zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, our anthem we sing. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The non-fungible is the living the dream. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
Breaking news. Motherfucking Bitcoin over 88K. Jesus Christ, fam. Hey, happy Monday. Good to see you guys. Oh, dude, good to see you. You can't see us. You can't see us. We're anonymous.
Welcome to the anonymous, non-fungible idiot show.
Goddamn right.
You
We
don't know
decided for safety
you don't know who
reasons.
said that?
Right from here forward, for safety reasons, anonymous. Because we've made so much money today.
Yeah.
We made so much money in this bull market, and it's just starting. We got to be anonymous to protect ourselves.
I just wanted to say thanks for having me on. It's me, Enzo. Hi, everybody. It's me, Enzo. Hey.
Amazing. No, we are joined by the fucking fantastic Enzo. Welcome, bro.
No, thanks for having me, man. I like to say this show is just as silly when you're on it as when you're watching. But it's happy to be here, man.
Wait till after it gets even more stupid. It's unbelievable, like the stupidity that goes on here. Unfucking believable.
Hey, Hudah.
Yeah.
Did you a question for everybody? Was the intro song a semi choppy today?
God damn it,
Henry, was it choppy or was that just
it wasn't to me.
Oh, smooth? Enzo, was it smooth?
Sounded smooth to me. Yeah.
Ooh, and in stereo, I think.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
good to hear.
We're in
Okay.
business. Well, guys, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, what the fuck is happening? It's the first inning of the greatest game ever played. Could we call this the World Series too? Is that what's going on right now? Is this the World Series of crypto?
This is the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl of crypto.
Nobody gives a fuck about the World Series. This is
the World Cup.
This is, you know what? The Super Bowl's every year, right? We're gonna get this maybe every 4 years, maybe.
That's the World Cup then.
Oh, fair enough. It's the World Cup, and you know what? In honor of Enzo being here, who's a massive fan of what's their name? The Three Heads?
Huh.
Three Lions.
Yeah, the Three Lions.
This is the World Cup.
As good hosts would do, right? Why don't we introduce Enzo and also tell him why we love Enzo so much?
Let me introduce him because Enzo's a good friend.
Yeah, obviously.
How good?
Yeah, so good that you were just not.
Yeah, Enzo. Before you go off on your monologue, I got a couple problems with Enzo. One of them is that before Enzo came on the team, I was known on Twitter Spaces as the smooth Kong voice. Right? I was the voice. People wanted to hear it. Enzo comes along. Goodbye, Henry. Hello, beautiful, sultry British accent. And I now sound like I'm from Alabama or something.
There's some British dudes that have kind of like a gruff sounding whatever. Enzo from what I've heard so far has got a very buttery sort of very nice, smooth, like very luxurious sound. I don't know what that is, but I know I can tell the difference. I just don't know what the difference is.
But to kind of quickly summarize how how much do I work with him? How well do I know him? Enzo and I met, I think, in Hong Kong last year, 2023. We've hung out in Hong Kong. We did like an Asia tour together. Singapore, Hong Kong,
Did Enzo hang the old lady in front of the coffee guy with you as well?
He did not. No, he was because Enzo had to handle the late night parties. Enzo's a young buck, so like when there was the late night Kongs need to go show up, he was the guy that would hang out till 3 a.m, and I was waking up to go with the old lady to the place. So one of the smartest guys in Web3. I have a ton of respect for him. I don't often find people younger than me that I'm like, oh no, like this guy, he's got it. He's got it, man. He's done a ton for Kongs. He's done a lot to turn Kongs around.
He's on the Council of Kongs. Is that?
No, he's not on the council. But the thing is, the council isn't the team that is guiding Kongs to where we're trying to go. That the council did, but the things have changed. So Enzo's a massive part of CyberKongs, extremely intelligent, high functioning, understands crypto, Web3. He understands a lot of shit. And Enzo, welcome.
Jeez, that's pretty high appraisal. But yeah, thanks guys. Do you want me to do an intro myself?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can top what Henry just said. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm Enzo. I work as on Grape development at CyberKongs. But I'm originally from TradFi, so previously worked at like Goldman Sachs and Citibank, and then made probably the most enigmatic career move of all time and went from Citibank to CyberKongs after a cold call from Henry the Grape. So, and then the last 18 months I've been working at CK, and I get the privilege of speaking to Henry every single day. So that's pretty much the TLDR of my story in Web3.
It's funny, some look at it as a privilege, others look at Joe. How would you describe it?
It's kind of like nails on a chalkboard, but like maybe worse than that. But yeah, I mean, Henry's voice is something to get used to. It's gruff, it's rough, it's tough. I've had enough.
Yeah.
By the way, hold that thought, Henry.
Sure.
I'm sure it was a good one. You busted my balls for sucking on OSF's ball sack. You pulled out the red carpet plus some for Enzo, so you might want to just chill back on that sort of the dick riding shit when you're here, doing the same.
That's fair. I was just trying to be brutally honest about who he is, because he's not the kind of guy who would come out and say it about himself. Yeah.
Remember,
guys.
Fair
point.
Well, at any point you spam the let's say the little party emote thing to have Joe muted. Just at any point you spam that, Joe gets to mute.
Just me, okay.
It's just you, lovingly. By the way, your connection sucks, so that's why the audio was bad.
Mine is?
Yeah, it's a little choppy. It's fine right now, but I noticed a couple times, so just so you know.
I'm on a VPN. I'm going to check. I'm going to see if that.
Oh, yeah, that might do it. Okay, we're going to get into quite a bit. I want to get into the macro crypto market. We got to spend some good time in meme coins, because that is where some crazy opportunities, of course, in the majors, but the big opportunities are definitely in meme coins. I think everybody's eating a bit there. I hope we eat quite a lot. But Marty, you brought up exactly what I want to hit on right now. At some point, two Joes. I like this. Hey, let me remove Bad Joe and let me bring up Good Joe. Okay, Good Joe's back. Good Joe's here. What's up? Okay, at some point, there's going to be a shift to NFTs. At some point, it's going to happen. Today, we saw a couple. Well, I saw at least one really cool collections minted. It was a Cerebro NFT collection over on Solana. It was made, I think, from the person behind the Cerebro token. It came from the deployer wallet of the token, and the guy, the dev, did do the lore for the NFT collection. But biggest indicator is CryptoPunk sales, and I got to tell you right now, CryptoPunks are flying, like flying.
I was just about to tell you that. Yeah,
it's beautiful. I don't know. You can't believe Becker, but maybe I do here. It looks like Becker maybe bought himself a punk, and he's not the only one so far. 21 CryptoPunk sales today, 13 in the past hour. Floor is almost at $100,000 right now, so we have to keep our eye just generally on NFTs to see when we're back over there. But I don't think it's far off. And that whole Bitcoin then cycles to alts, then to NFT stuff, I don't think that is a thing anymore. I thought maybe it's not. And it's looking like that might be the case here. So just things to be watching. Okay, let's take a peek at crypto prices. ETFs are having monster volume today too. I don't think we'll dive into it, but I saw like 6.9 billion in volume today, which is a monster number. Just exciting stuff. Here we go. Bitcoin 88K, ETH over 3,300. Fan-fucking-tastic. Solana $219. Just incredible stuff. Everybody say thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Donald Trump.
Thank you, Donald. When I woke up this morning and saw, which one was it? Peanut got listed on Binance and Solana at all-time highs, and I didn't even think twice to eject the rest of the bag.
Really?
And
It's such an
I
interesting-
didn't. When I say no hesitation, zero hesitation, gone.
Wow.
Thank you, Donald Trump, for whatever that was called, Peanut. Well, thank you, Joe Biden, and
true.
Letitia James.
Everyone say thanks to Donald Trump, or Henry, just take one long thank you. Don't worry about everybody else. Weirdly enough, when I heard that it was on Binance, I bought a bag.
Did you?
I did, and
Thank
I just
you bought my bag.
I bought a bag, and I was like, you know what? Everyone right now is exiting their positions. Of course they are. What am I doing? But I will say this. For this show, I do not take credit for anything. I do not like taking credit. I don't like doing any of that. We talked about Peanut on this show, and we discussed it. And I was talking with Hudah before the show. I was saying, while we talked about Peanut, I was like, I don't like that meme. That's not a very good meme. Next thing you know, it's being talked about saving America. I was on OSF with a show with OSF. I was like, I don't like the meme. And it's just went on Binance. It was monumental. So 2 things. I'm a dumb shit, obviously. 2, this show has got some alpha, baby. And if I believed it, which sometimes I don't, I probably would be stronger today than I would have been. So apologies and fucking listen to the show, you pat.
Joe, he fades it at 6 mil and he apes in at 400.
Well, Joe, he does what Joe's a man of his word. He always said he buys on the way up. He buys when things are running.
Okay, Henry, I told Hudah this. Enzo, sorry, I'm just like babbling. I apologize. Enzo, jump in whenever you want.
That's okay.
I bought a bag of Act and I bought a bag of Peanut, right? I'm up about, I forget, something like 35%, 32% on Act. I got out of there. I held on to Peanut just because of, I don't know why. I like the meme now, I guess. And then on today, when I heard about the Aeon or whatever it was that Murad talked about, I jumped in there, bought a bag.
So are you talking SPX? Because Aeon's
no.
the NFT that's with SPX.
There's a coin
Is
with
it
it.
Aeon coin?
AEON. There was an Aeon coin. It fucking mooned. It mooned. I got about 75% profit on that one, and I dumped on that, dude.
Nice.
So
it's this fucker, huh?
yeah. So I'm in and out, bro. I'm in and out. I did my thing. I still am holding on to Peanut just because it's fun, but I'm playing with house money. Sure, I wish I had a shitload of money, but I'm playing with house money now, and I'm holding on to the nut.
That's
Nice
beautiful.
job, dude. Literally, Peanut.
But I thought to you guys, I was like, oh, those fucking guys, they're like rolling in it now.
We're doing good early enough with calls and regularly, and it's easy when everything's pumping. But for sure, pay attention to things that are mentioned because you do got people like you guys. I always like to give credit because it's just everybody sharing info. But between all of us here, we're seeing stuff early enough to do some damage. I'm hearing this Skibiddy token. Had a little bit of a run in the past couple hours. Rumors that maybe that's going to get a Binance listing too, but that's happening around the space. I heard a token called like Nom Nom is being accumulated by a wallet that was also stocking up on Peanut and Act. So about a little baggie of that. I don't know. What are you guys hearing out there? What are you looking at? Let's kind of talk about favorite meme coins and guest of honor Enzo, if you'd like to tell us some of your favorites so we can go buy them.
Yeah, I've got a good story about Peanut actually.
Nice.
It was Saturday afternoon. In the UK, I know like Henry sits down on the Sunday and he watches the NFL, specifically the Bills. We sit down from 12:30, just after the afternoon, until like 8:30 p.m. at night, and we watch all of the football. So I just sat down. I was about to make my first ever meme coin purchase on Sol, and I had the choice between a cow and a squirrel. And I was going to text my girlfriend. I was going to say, which one do you like more, the cow or the squirrel? And she wouldn't answer the phone. So I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go into the cow. Like 1.5 Sol, I'm into the cow. Peanut was at 300k market cap. This cow was at 170k market cap. So I bought the cow, and I was like, I'm gonna go to the beach because I live in Spain at the moment, and I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna sell it at 8 p.m. when I get back from the beach. If I picked Peanut, I think I would have made 350 grand, but I picked the cow and I lost all 1.5 Sol. So that's my story on Peanut. But as far as meme coins go, my favorite is Mog by a million miles.
Jeez,
It's
wow.
kind of like, I think as a 26-year-old like Gen Zer, like Mog is kind of like the definition of culture at the moment. And I just like their social media account. I kind of like the people that are in it. I like their community. I like their culture. I'm not massively into memes. It's kind of not my trading strategy. But as far as like what I'd go for, I'd go for Mog for sure.
Can I ask Enzo a question real quick? Enzo, is Mog, does that transcend out of crypto culture? Is that like something that like,
Yeah.
Is it really? Like people
Yeah,
like
Mog's massive. So the big ones you see, so Sigma, Aura, Chad, Mog, they're all massive on TikTok, basically. And I don't know if you guys have TikTok, but that's like a complete culture over there. So if you're mogging someone, have you ever seen the film American Psycho with Patrick Bateman?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so that's like the definition of kind of Sigma, but also Mog. So he's like mogging everyone in Wall Street because he's better looking. He wears Armani suits. He wears Laura Piana shoes. He does like, and that's what mogging is basically. And then Mog has transcended into this token. And to do the kind of like point and laugh emoji means you're mogging someone. So it kind of just relates basically to Gen Z culture.
I need it.
Dude,
I love it.
It's got all the
Yeah,
influencers in it too. It seems like it's primed to cook and should get a listing. And you know what? Like Epic has that kind of feel too, just because it's like the right people from this space in it. But that one,
Epic.
yeah, nice little market cap on that one. But dude, Mog is sweet, and I know people are like frustrated with it, the fact that it hasn't done this like parabolic thing, like yet. I mean, that said, 750 million market cap is something. So,
Yeah.
So Mog is your number one coin, huh?
Mog's my number one, yeah. And then probably my most decent holding is Pups, but I got into Pups pretty heavy on the dip. So I think it's bag bias on Pups. I don't necessarily believe that some weird kind of bears or dogs or whatever are going to bring world peace, but I do think it's the most attention driver on Bitcoin. And I think when people eventually see the asymmetric bet and come over to the Runes ecosystem, I think they'll go for Pups. But apart from that, I'm more into kind of like DeFi yield and all that kind of stuff. So I'll let Henry, kind of like the number 7 Sol trader on Photon, like talk more about Bitcoins than me.
How the fuck does that happen?
Well, you know, you just spend a lot of time and you get your reps and you listen to smart people and somehow.
Whoa. Did you say that Henry's the number 7 trader?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay.
I don't know
I thought that
what
was
it is.
real. I thought maybe he had a couple other trades that he didn't tell me
Like, what
about.
does Henry have? Like maybe 20 ETH in his entire like his net worth is how much? Like 120,000. And you're the number 7 trader. What's going on here, Henry?
Yeah, a lot of stuff's happening over here, Joe. A lot of stuff.
I like to hear it. What's good for Henry is good for Joe. You know.
Yeah. But in all honesty, the meme coins, like I feel like we've been fucking around with meme coins. Like we were doing I think was Mother my first hit. I feel like Mother was like the first one when I was like Iggy's.
Yeah, the big. You're talking about big one, right? Like you're talking about like when you really hit. Good.
Yeah. Like because
That's
we
when
were
you told me
trading
about it.
shitters back in the day. Yeah, I think it was Mother. I think it was like Mother into Daddy into. Oh man, I don't want to say I've lost track, but
Probably Moodang next.
Moodang was
one.
Moodang was a big one. Goat's the only one. Goat and Zero Bro are the two that I'm still holding.
Oh wow, good shit, man.
Yeah. So it's been.
So is CZ basically advertising that he's just going to be fucking listing a bunch of shit? Like so.
Well, not
Okay.
him.
Well, Binance. I'm sorry, but so I guess is the alpha that with Trump being president, the regulations are just going to be flushed. Everyone's going to feel free to do anything, and so everyone's just going to be jumping on these shitters without a fear in the world at this point. Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, because
I-
I think there's some tentativeness. Before people are worried. Like everybody's like, I'll never launch a coin. You'll get in trouble, right? And at this point, I think that fear. I can't imagine it's gone, but at least there's there's gonna be a little more of a fuck it approach. Kinda.
That's kind of the vibe that I've been getting, right? Like that's just
I've got a thesis on the Binance listings though.
Oh, I'd
It's
love to
because
hear that.
if you look at 2024 and if you look at every token they've listed, most of it has kind of been like, I call it VC vaporware. And I think almost like 90% of tokens Binance have listed have gone down. And you really just don't want to be known as the exchange that lists and then it goes down from listing price. So I think, and they've openly said this, and they've kind of done articles on this, that they're going to list more in the 25 mil to 100 mil region, which I guess is basically what we saw in the early hours of last night. And I think they want to be the exchange that lists and has the Binance effect once more. Yeah. That's what I kind of think their thesis is. And I actually kind of believe that they didn't accept listing fees, even though they've been exorbitantly charging throughout the bear market. I think they've done a completely U-turn on their strategy, and they're going for sub 100 mil market cap tokens, which is, I think, a lot of people are looking at now on Solana for the next potential. But I don't think it will come for a while.
You know what gets spicy though? Is if there's like a race between Coinbase, Robinhood, Binance to list certain tokens first, and then it does accelerate. It's right. They can list them all, together. They could, days apart, but it's just to get to those fees first. The first to get it listed and grab that market share. It would be really cool to see Coinbase racing to get the next. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Well, like a Cerebro, or what's the hot ones today? Sense or Pippin, just rush it through, fast track that bad boy, and then watch Binance play catch up. Watch them scouring for the next token that they can get and get that mind share. I don't know. It could get spicy really fucking quick here, really quick. And big old X factor. I'm about to gush about Magic Eden again because I fucking think I love that. Yeah, I love them, and I think they're gonna really shake things up. Of course, with runes and swaps, but when they get the Solana meme coins and the ETH meme coins, those are coming. Those are coming to Solana too, and that to me really does change things. And they're so degen, they might have a really interesting offering when they go live. So, man, exciting stuff all around. By the way, on the screen here,
what could Magic Eden do to spice up shit coins?
Probably do some build in their own pump fund kind of tools, probably add leverage, all kinds of things like that. But I'd like to see if they also innovate too. I don't know how and what that means exactly, but
paradigm shift in consumer crypto.
As much as you could have one, they're the guys to do it. If there is something
they could
to
do this. This is what they could do. They could do an airdrop. Then they could make a marketplace where the friction isn't like horse and carriage type shit for runes, and pull out a giant runes thing. That's what I think that they could probably do, and then incorporate all the other shitters in there. So that's something that they could do.
The
Hudah.
picture, yeah.
My hottest take of 2024 is that Magic Eden debuts at a top 100 token.
Oh, dude,
I
it could totally happen, right? I think they are primed to shake this whole ecosystem up and make news, make worldwide news, just major.
Enzo, why do you think that? Sorry, I know you're trying to get to this Trump thing, but Enzo, what's your take on why are you bullish on Magic Eden? Because we know why Hudah is, but I'm curious on what your thought on that is.
Because I farmed a bunch of diamonds, Joe. Obviously,
Okay.
No, I'm joking. It's I mean, obviously that is the number one reason, but number two is I think they're the most dominant marketplace by far, and I think what I saw with Blur and kind of taking people out of surprise when they're waiting for an airdrop just to dump and it actually opens at a ridiculously high FTV. I think that just happens again, and I think their vision, who they've got, kind of in their network from speaking with the guys. I think they launch on Binance and Coinbase day one, and I think their FTV just opens ridiculously high. And to be honest, I don't actually have much sound logic behind it, apart from just pure gut feel and inkling.
We're gonna eat though. We're gonna eat Magic Eden token launch. We're gonna eat.
Yeah, and
I think for runes. Sorry, yeah, carry on.
Well, just tokenomics come a week from today, so we'll certainly learn a lot, and we can revisit the topic then, especially right, and dive into what that might.
Is there? So, what's the deal with the token launch? What is the deal? officially 7 days from finally learning about the magic? We don't know it yet, right?
We know nothing about the token. We don't know. We don't know for sure that your diamonds equal ME token, although they, it should. It would make sense, but we don't know anything about it. Supply, and we know nothing about it.
Yeah. And whatever. I mean, diamonds. I'm sure. I don't know. I didn't get a ton, to be honest with you. So I was like, but are we planning on just aping into whatever coins that they're launching? That'd be nice if they gave us kind of like a heads up on, like, pre-launch or whatever. Getting involved with that would be nice.
Yeah. I'm hoping, and Enzo, I'm curious your thoughts on this, but like ME token sounds like it's going to be a token to buy anything, right? Like buy NFTs with the token. They already said it'll work for, I think, EVM. No, I'm thinking of this G3 token they integrated last week, but I think the ME token is going to be this thing you can use to buy any NFTs, any chain, and I also am thinking it's the fungible tokens too. Like it's just it's a spicy little token.
To comply with like the regulatory environment, they basically said it's a governance token, and if it is just a governance token, I'm like extremely bearish, and it was literally just a token launch to fund the Magic Eden employees' bags, and I'm like certain of that. If it is kind of what you were saying, and they are actually using it to purchase any NFT and enable swap features and like liquidity pools basically for NFTs and runes with their Magic Eden token, then that's why I think it could be a top 100 coin. I don't know. We'll see the tokenomics and we'll see how much they actually give to the community. Because if it's another like 12% community case with multi-year period vesting and kind of a ridiculous team allocation, then it is literally just VC vaporware once again.
By the way, I've never seen Henry so serious in my life when he said that he was going to eat. He was like, we're going to eat with that token.
Oh,
I felt like it was like Thanksgiving day and that he was just telling us.
Bro, like fat boy at the table kind of deal.
Oh my God, that was the most serious I've ever seen you. It was crazy.
No, I no idea what things equate to, but like when I think I got 12 grand on the Arbitrum airdrop because like I had been farming on Arbitrum for a while at that point. So I did pretty decent on that one. I just got a feeling on Magic Eden, like we were fucking around on ordinals for a bit. I did a little bit on Solana, not nearly as much as Bitcoin. And I just think it's going to be decent.
Do you guys see that Thread Guy has a spaces going on right now?
He's doing them daily now.
What the fuck? Yeah. He's in. We should look in to see if any of our audience is listening to that fucking guy instead of us, and then just give them shit on a daily basis if they're betraying us is basically what's happening.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'm not so worried. I like the guy a lot, like a lot. I don't think his streams, and they'll get there, but I don't think they're as good as his interviews. They're different. He's just being streamer dude, and he'll interview guys from around the space, like he had the guy behind Truth Terminal on, and he's had the Cerebro dev on and stuff like that, which is neat. But I feel like his interview skills, like he's not prepping for it, so the interviews are not that. I've not been digging him too much. And then he'll trade during part of it too, and usually Frank comes on.
Yeah.
They're interesting enough, but...
You say that you'd think they suck, is what you're saying.
I did like his interviews. Like I liked where I thought he was going, and it's kind of... The kind of content now, it's just not for me, which is... I'm bummed, because I do like the guy.
Yeah. Joe, I reached out to Franklin. He said he would come on. Yeah. He said he would come on probably in a few weeks. So...
Are you being serious?
Yeah.
So, okay. So does everyone know who Franklin is? Franklin is the guy that basically was shit posting about Trump because he's a Democrat, Harris, all that type of shit.
Oh, this is gonna be awful.
Henry loved him, and then he hated him, then he loved him, and then he hated him again. And now I think he's going into loving him now.
It's more like I get what he's doing. We talked about it. I get what he's doing. Franklin was a Kong. He was an ape.
You talked about it?
Yeah, remember when I asked, like, what's his deal?
But I go on here and talk shit about a lot of kids. I don't go and DM them and have a conversation about, like, my feelings with them. I'm just kind of curious.
I didn't either.
You were like, oh, shit, he's saying this.
No, what I told him, Joe, is I said, Franklin, we have a woke SJW on our show. He's very lonely. He feels isolated in Web3. Yeah, and it would mean a lot to him if you were willing to just show up to give him a little pep talk. And
I hope you said that.
No, I did. And he's like, I understand. And I told him after the election, you were down.
Yeah.
You were the one person who was pissed that Bitcoin ran 30K or 20-ish. And he vibes with that. He understood where you were coming from. So
Yeah. Obviously.
no, but in all honesty, like we go back. I'm not saying Franklin and I were ever like good friends, but we chatted, like back in the day in Gen Hall, like we chatted. He was an ape, I was an ape. We were both gens, and we've yeah, I'm always nice to him on Twitter. I don't.
Anyway, okay. Not to cut you off. You're just kind of, I don't even know what you're saying anymore. That's great that you reached out to him. I hope he's on the show.
How do we mute Joe?
People just got to spam the little party emote.
I'm just kind of curious on like you were.
I figured it out. It's just a button. I just got to click the button.
Henry's got the powers.
Whatever. Go on. I'm just saying it was weird.
I have a special request, and I actually want to do this to help educate the audience, to help prove the point, to demonstrate what he does. I would love if he could set up automated tweets throughout the show, every 5 minutes tweeting out the show. Right? I want everybody to see what kind of effect it has, and just to show people why he does what he does. And I think the best way to show it is do it throughout the show and watch the show get record high views and clicks. Yeah.
You know, it would be awesome if Franklin,
and we all do it too.
If Franklin was down, if we gave him a challenge, like, hey Franklin, like clearly Henry was annoyed by you, was bothered by you, because of your constant posting. If we gave you the opportunity to post as much as you wanted about the show, how much of an audience do you think you could grow it by just doing the annoying stuff that you do? That'd be kind of an interesting thing. I doubt he would have the time and effort to do it, but it would be an interesting.
Whatever we could do to make it easier. Also, if he can just give us the methodology, and we all do the same too. So then you've got 4 fucking idiots like posting this thing every 5 minutes all over the timeline. But
I'm not going to do that. I don't have that time.
Oh, God damn it, Joe. All right.
Wait, 5 minutes every 5. You think I'm going to be on Twitter every 5 minutes?
No, you schedule them. They go automatically. You put your 30 minutes, an hour in ahead of time, but you schedule it and it just goes at that point all on its own, that's exactly what he does.
Gotcha.
So at the very least, it'd be fun. Would be interesting.
It'd be interesting to have him on. It's an interest. I'm surprised Henry reached out, to be honest with you. He must have been really disturbed by all that stuff and wanted to get it off his chest.
He was really in his feels about it.
He was in his feels. Yeah.
Like he thought Franklin was like tweeting at him.
Yeah.
He's the guy that's like calling people snowflakes while he's crying. You know what I mean? Like Henry's crying. You're like, you're sensitive. You're the one that's out of control sensitive. You're like a social justice warrior and you're like a snowflake and it's so sad. Like he's like that. I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude, relax. Yep. Calling Franklin up and apologizing.
Enzo, what other picks you got for top memes? And then we'll move on to Henry and Joe. I am excited to hear Joe's.
My other top memes, I like Retardio, just because as I go through the space, and obviously I speak to Henry every day, and we kind of speak about literally anything. I used to not use this word because I went to a pretty woke liberal university, but like honestly, like pretty much everything is just retarded. So the Retardio culture is fully cemented and set in stone.
Enzo, I'm so happy that you've now turned into a giant asshole. That's so great.
Yeah. The American way.
I told my wife, out of all those things, like that one, I'm glad has been like pushed back on a little bit. I know people can get the R word.
I gotta say, dude, it's really started to grow on me to the point that my wife started using it only in our house, and I'm like, I'm telling on you,
Joe, your worst nightmare is coming true.
The thing is,
Trump's America.
It feels so natural to say it.
Yeah.
And it to Enzo's point, it's so fitting. Like there are times where we're talking about something in Discord and we're just like, there's no other word. You could, I think Adzi coined basement goblins. And I'm like, that applies to some. It applies to some. What applies to most is retarded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, you're just a fucking retard.
Say it, Joe.
No, first of all, I grew up, I'm like an old fucking asshole. Like I grew up in the worst of the worst, insensitive, like F words, R word, everything, right? Like, and trust me, if anyone like enjoys like saying these things, it's part of my natural inclination how to talk. The only thing I would say is that like, if I hear someone that's mentally challenged or retarded or whatever you want to say, they say they don't like it, then hey, you don't like it, I got you. I don't need to say it, or I won't say it around you or whatever. I'm sensitive to that. That's all I'm saying is that, like, if people don't dig it, I got you.
That's fair.
It's no
That's
skin
a
off
fair
my back.
position.
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to hear Henry go into some sort of school for the mentally challenged and starts dropping R word. I'd love to see the balls on that.
No. But I wouldn't because I'm not trying to be offensive with my talk.
Him and Enzo go into some school trying to promote Kongs, ripping out the R word every other word. It's just going to be, you know, I'd love to see that. It'd be amazing.
I'm working on a song, by the way. So I'm going to be silent here for a minute or two.
Yeah, do it.
Dude, none of these AIs will drop the redacted word. ChatGPT won't, even Grok won't.
Well, why don't I take over for a second since Hudah's busy.
It won't. Yeah, it's not going to let me do it.
So Retardio, Mog is Enzo's. Henry, do you have a couple of shitters that you're into?
Just whatever my bags are.
Yeah.
Just don't even care. There's
Yeah.
no substance to any of this stuff.
Absolutely.
Although I liked hearing Enzo. I knew he was a Mog fan. I didn't realize there was like I just had no idea there was like a whole culture behind it too. So
Yeah.
I like that.
I'm going to interrupt real quick, guys, just because I'm noticing NFT sales volume is the highest I've seen in months
Well,
today.
it's because
Over
the
25 mil here.
CryptoPunks.
That'll do it. But that's 2.8 million out of that. I mean,
Look at Puppets, 1.5 mil.
Yep. Wow. Cerebro or Cereborn at 1.5 mil. Node Monks 1. We're moving up, boys.
It's a pretty safe bet though, right? CryptoPunks outperforming ETH this cycle.
Always. Yeah,
I think like if I could park the capital of 28 ETH, like $95,000, like, and I was looking for a safe bet, I really don't think it's a bad opportunity. So it makes sense.
Oh, I'm with you there. And I'm curious when, like, fucking inevitably V1s catch a bid.
Yeah,
we talked about this earlier. Oh, sorry, Joe.
No, it's fine. I was just going to say, Enzo, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. I am friends with Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm not bragging. I'm just saying I am friends with the guy. I don't try to bring it up every show. Just wanted to throw that out there. Okay. Fine, I'm friends with him.
Yeah, Henry let me know, to be fair. Yeah.
Caught me, whatever. No, anyway. So he actually said something which, if there's going to be any collection, and if digital collectibles are a thing, if there's going to be any collection is the creme de la creme, in which all of the internet nerds, you know, the Kevin Roses, whoever the internet, like even the Zuckerbergs, all those type of guys, CryptoPunks will be that. So you need 10,000 of those guys that think that this worth a damn for those things to run like crazy, because that's the one thing that all these kind of big dicks are going to want. So that's kind of the thought that Gary was kind of relaying to us about it. Now, all the other projects, another project could be the one, but I think that punks have kind of stood the test of time up into this point, even through the bear and all that stuff. It was kind of, people talked about them getting flipped and all this stuff, but they always are there. So I would agree with that.
It's just a niche type of individual though, buying a CryptoPunk. Like, I don't think any of the average like guy or bloke or whatever in crypto is going to buy a CryptoPunk. Like, you're a bit of a boomer, you're kind of an ETH head, you're doing whatever. Like, I don't know. If I bought one, I don't know how I'd fit into that community. Is kind of my perception on things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you.
I feel like we not we, because Joe didn't, but we, like, I know Hudah and I and many people listening packed our bags to get ready for this bull. And just kidding, Joe. I don't feel like I packed anything on ETH. I don't feel like I packed anything on ETH for this bull.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's probably smart. I think, because the only things you could really pack were like, you know, things were like 5 to 10 ETH, and I don't think we know how high they can go this cycle.
So
and
I
don't think it's crazy. I don't think they go crazy high. I think what you did, what I did, I think packing those ordinal bags is way smarter.
Ordinals and runes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, runes really hasn't taken off, so that's TBD.
But I just want to mention this. We talked about this earlier in Kongs. It's the same exact feeling, almost the exact same feeling as February of 2023 when nobody cared about ordinals. Then we got a push where people started to care, and now it's super mainstream, right? Like, it's literally like everybody knows about ordinals, whether they're in it or not, and a lot of people are in it. They're participating. Maybe not for the things that we think are going to run in this cycle, but my point is runes are going through their exact same cycle. We're only 6 months into it. I don't think in August of 2023 that people were like, oh my God, ordinals. It was almost a year later when there were projects that ran, but it was like a year later, just before having for that 3-4 months before when ordinals really started to get their time. I might be a little off on my time there, but we just haven't had that yet in runes.
Well, whatever. So yes, I think that not all. I feel like Charlie in the Chocolate Factory when like, like where everyone else is buying cases and cases of these chocolate bars to find the golden ticket. Like I'm scrounging through couch cushions to try to find enough change in order to get the one bar to try to hit the golden ticket, right? So like I can't pack my bags like that. Hudah, I think you remember during the NFT times, we were scraping together ETH to try to buy one thing, right? We kind of got to a place where we kind of were able to put some things and start the ball rolling type of thing. My thesis was I'm not going to try to go out and buy my bags for a bunch of shit that I don't know. I'm going to use my stables, use my majors, ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, stash my shit in there for whatever happens and that comes up. Then I can kind of deploy that in whatever strategic fashion that I wanted because I can buy whatever I want with that stuff. That was kind of my thesis. I didn't pack my bags with runes and ordinals. I just kept my shit in majors so I can feel comfortable going forward. And I'm starting to feel comfortable. So that was my thesis.
How do you feel about that?
You're starting to feel like it's
I get Henry. I'm not a top 7 trader on Photon.
I know.
But what I would say is that like I'm doing well within my majors and I'm growing whatever, like I am playing with shit coins to slowly build my shit up, but I'm not like fucking going nuts. I'm not like
that's fair.
Every shit coin out there. And, while Sol's going up, Bitcoin's going up, ETH has been going up. It's, you know what I mean? Like the shit that I've been buying on shit coins, I get in and out within 5 minutes. Like, sure, I didn't hit the peanut for the Binance stuff, but like, all different strategies for all different people. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know.
For sure. No, I'm not. I was jokingly shaming you.
It's fine. It's fine.
I always think back to like what Carlini was saying when we were looking to buy, was it Meebits maybe? Or Mutants, one of the two. And he was just like, where can you grow your bags the quickest? Like, like sitting in ETH or flipping out of some JPEGs. And I just keep thinking like, that was a little bit of the pre-strategy before going in, knowing like if this happens, Bitcoin runs. So having things that are making exponential gains within that ecosystem that relate directly to the token, like a Bitcoin puppet is going to 5x quicker than Bitcoin will.
So let me ask you this, guys. Can I do a quick shoot down? The bull run's coming. Hudah, I think you said we're kind of like going there, whatever. It's been kind of happening, bubbling up. It does seem like there's strong winds now, right? The winds have been spotty. I feel like the strong winds have been happening now. It's hard to, you're getting calls from all your buddies. What's the fastest way to grow your stack? Is it within sitting in majors? Is it to do whatever? I'd like to hear what each person's quick 2-line, I'd put it in this, shit coins or whatever. I'd like to know what you think is the best, most strategic way to grow your stack during this time.
You want to start the bottom up or Hudah to Enzo to me?
I don't care. Enzo, let's go.
What size is your stack? That's the most important question.
What's the size of the stack?
Yeah.
I mean,
like the strategy will vary based on it.
I would say for the average person. So let's say someone has 5 ETH or what? Yeah, let's just start with ETH.
Like 15 grand, 10 to 15 grand.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. First up, I don't want this to be long-winded, so I'm going to go quick.
Yeah.
Like the thing for Ethereum NFTs coming back is it's fine predicting on Bitcoin and Ethereum because it's on its 4th cycle. The issue is with Ethereum NFTs, it's only had 1 cycle and you need to go to where the attention is. And that's kind of like where 90% of the liquidity and operations are happening in the market. So if you actually want to increase a 10 to 15K stack, there's no point you buying 10K of Bitcoin. Like the most you're going to get probably from here is to around an 18K portfolio, like a 1.8x. So if you're actually trying to make it, and again, this depends on your targets, like 100x. Unfortunately, it's the most kind of like obvious answer. You have to be in the Solana trenches. That's where you have to be, or you need to be taking high risk bets on where liquidity is rotating to from other sectors, such as runes and ordinals.
So runes and ordinals, and then for Sol, is your strategy hitting low market cap and trying to hit the Binance, trying to hit kind of whatever lightning happens in a bottle where
my strategy would be outgrinding everyone. So like when I deposited like $600 in 2021, I think I spent like 15 hours a day on NFTs for 18 months and like slept for about 3 to 4 hours a night. So I could get like I could be in the 1% and everyone else in the 99%. So my strategy would be put in 15 to 16 hours a day in the Solana trenches, out trade everyone. And if you want to do sub 50K market cap tokens, that's fine. If you want to do 2 to 5 mil scalping on Solana, that's fine as well. But ultimately, I can't tell you the strategy because it varies from person to person. But what I would be doing is if I actually wanted to make it with 10 to 15K, is probably about 17 hours a day in the Solana trenches. And it just doesn't come easy. It's the problem. Yeah, grinding.
Yeah, grinding. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, Joe.
No, that's good. Go.
Enzo, when we first met in Kong's Discord, I think we always got along, but like I think there was always like we were on different sides of the fence of what we thought was back when I disliked Azuki, etc. Is that a fair assessment? Like we would chat, but you often brought like the counter argument to something, and I'd be like, no, here's why you're wrong. But what I learned in that time of getting to know Enzo is everything he just said. The casual, like if you're putting 10 to 15 in, casually being in Web3 right now is, I don't want to say waste of time. You shouldn't put your money out there in high risk scenarios if you're going to put in 2 hours a day to crypto. At that point, just like park it in Bitcoin or ETH or somewhere where maybe you think you might get a 2x. Or 3x, and you're happy with that. You're like, I walked out with 20, I walked out with 30. Because I think to Enzo's point, it's something that took me a long time to realize, but hearing people like him and Hudah, if you aren't grinding, which I'm not grinding, by the way, because I don't have the time to grind. If you're not grinding, then just be safe with your money. Because either do it or don't do it. I feel like this in between is a really tough place because the guys you're going up against are doing what he just said.
Well, Henry, there's two things that I want to, when you say grinding, I'm curious on what we're talking, because one of my advices would be, you have to be around people. You have to have friends within the space in order to get like the heads up on a lot of this stuff. You have to follow the right people. You have to be in the right Discords, be on the right Twitter, that sort of thing, I think is what we consider grinding. That's what I would consider grinding. Henry, I'm asking you what you would do.
Yeah.
Not kind of deciphering what Enzo and Hudah does, because I think that some people think, oh, I'm going to hit every coin, every shitter, and try to hit the home run.
Yeah,
I think Enzo was saying he wants to kind of grind it out a little bit.
Yeah, 10 to 15K. Like to me, I want to walk out of the cycle with easily 100K. Like I want to walk out of the cycle with $100,000. And so like, but where does that come from? I would say that I've been playing with. I mean, what's crazy is just call it 10K, which not even 10K. If you think about like the ordinals that I've gotten into, etc. So if I want to like grow that to 100K in this cycle, I am going to put it into ordinals and shitcoins, and I'm putting runes into that category too. And I'm going to spend like 4 to 6 hours a day immersed in the space. I'm already in the space, right? I'm already around. We hear things when we're just talking shit and talking about Web3 in general, but like 4 to 6 hours outside of that, just like staying in touch with crypto Twitter, staying in touch, looking at the market, seeing what's selling. That's what I would do. Because I just don't think there's an easy way to risk that type of money doing it half-ass. Like,
well, you know what I hear a lot right now is that like, if you scroll on a lot of crypto Twitter, you'll hear, oh, dude, if you can't make money right now, you're an idiot. But like, you quickly learn that you just can't do that. You can't just start buying a bunch of bullshit and think that you're not going to get fucked. Like, there is a method to this madness.
But that's part of the process. If you guys know, I mean, no offense, obviously, but like, if you can't make money here, then you're an idiot. And the reason being is if you just get in and start throwing stuff, you will lose, and you're supposed to. Unless you get super lucky and that happens, but that is the beginning of that process to learn how to make money. It's get in, get skin in the game, get fucked, learn what you did wrong, learn what to do right. Don't give up then, because that's how you lose. That's how you lose, and then you messed up. But stick with it and just go, dude. Getting these things for little bitty amounts so you can stay in the game. The worst thing you can do is get wrecked because you lost your entire bag and then you're out. But
getting the reps, to your point, getting the reps, there is, I don't think that, I'm beginning to think this is not a scratch off ticket. I joke that it is. I'm beginning to think that it's not, where it's not just like, oh, you just got lucky, you got into this. Like, yeah, it's sort of like if there was, you walked into, a place that sells lottery tickets and there's a ton of them, and someone's like, hey, if you pay attention a bit, you'll see there's like 2 or 3 that you can hit consistently. There's 2,000 of them for sale. There's like 2 or 3 you can hit consistently. There's a pattern, there's a strategy to how they release them, etc. And the thing is, once you start to believe that and understand it, then you go like, oh, it's not just spray and pray. It's like, oh, no, this makes sense. Who remember the one we got rugged on? Sell?
Yeah.
The thing was, it was one of the first times where I was like, yeah, dude, I'm in, because this is that thing. This is that thing you're looking for, which, by the way, if you're not around, you don't know that. So you're just looking at, Photon, or you're looking at Dex Tools, or you're looking anywhere you're looking at shitters, and you're just like, man, I guess this group here just got lucky, versus like, oh, those are the same guys that got lucky on that coin and that coin and that coin. No, there is a strategy to it, and you're still playing the odds within the strategy. You go to the casino, play craps, right? If you can learn it, it has the best odds. 100% it has the best odds. I think it's 50% or 49%. Why go in and just play slots if there's actually a game that, like, none of my best odds are here? So those odds are your time in the space.
By the way, who's got a darker screen right now, Henry or Enzo? Because I feel like I can see how Enzo looks more so than how Henry looks. Fucking unbelievable.
It is.
Could I just make a quick comment on the notion of grinding? Because I feel like it's a really misconceived term.
Yeah, please.
I think a lot of people think grinding is sitting in a Discord or a Telegram and then doom scrolling X and kind of doing nothing to actually like better themselves or learn tools or learn mechanics or learn trading strategy or learn scalping or learn theses on why something takes off. Mate, grinding is like 14 to 16 hours a day, with 6 to 8 hours being that, and the others being understanding every single filter on Photon, understanding every single wallet that made profit off the most recent meme coin pump, creating your own wallet tracker, which doesn't cost a lot, in your own Discord server, and inviting your friends in. It's going so hard is what grinding is. And I truly believe that to actually make it, everyone says like they want to make it, to actually make it, and it's like you have to be in the top 1%. To be in the top 1%, you fully have to grind, and grinding doesn't mean just like sitting on your ass in the Discord, basically. That isn't grinding. That's just kind of doom scrolling, pretty much.
Yeah, and the more people you have doing that within your circle, the better it is for your circle, I think. You know what I mean?
It's all about that. It's all about who you surround yourself with, pretty much.
Because I mean,
and everyone has to be more intelligent as well. Everyone you surround yourself has to be more intelligent, pretty much.
I mean, during our heyday with NFTs, I mean, it would be amazing. Hudah, Henry, like it would be like Measley comes in and gives us some weird shit that we weren't aware of. Carlini's doing something bizarre. Like it was always somebody coming in and kind of like dropping something on the outskirts of whatever crypto world that they've been exploring that we weren't exploring. So it's always cool to have different people looking at different things and grinding in their own sort of ways. So yeah, I totally agree with that.
Yep.
Did you finish your song there, Hudah? What was going on?
No, I stopped. Remember, because it won't let me use the R word.
Oh, gotcha.
But yeah, spend the time, get the reps. The more you know of the ecosystem, the easier it is to pick those things out. It's why Gizmo was such an easy thing to see so quick, because I know the ordinals and runes ecosystem, and it's why I'm not picking out winners like that. Found enough great things, but like even the great things I found, I feel a little like I still feel like it's a gamble going into them, and that's Moodang and Goat and all those big ones. If I knew the Solana ecosystem more, those might have stood out like Cell did, because again, Cell, if you have no experience, you might see a guy launching a coin from a Cell is as stupid as a cat with 2 heads that's, jizzing on his own face. Like, it's all the same. It's like, that's crazy, that's crazy, that's crazy. But yeah, Gizmo stood out from knowing that ecosystem so well, and it was really the lack of good memes over there. Like the lack of good memes, knowing it's attached to a great thing. Anyway, point there is spend the time and get so fucking familiar with this stuff. Just get familiar where like now I see this, and without going in and doing some of the research and it probably is all bullshit. But it's because when the good one comes along, it really does stand out against the bullshit.
I want to speak to the two people listening to our show that might be more like me than like you and Enzo. And Joe, like, I think you and I are a little bit more like when it comes to seeing things early. I'm not saying you and I don't see things early, but my point to this is that I feel like some people hear the things that like you're saying, Hudah, or that Enzo's saying, and it sounds like a lot. And you're just like, man, that's a lot to learn and digest quickly, which it is. Mm-hmm. But I've come, I have peace knowing like some people see things early, and surrounding yourself with people who see things early. I'll give you another example. There's a guy in Kong's Discord. His name is Edu. He sees certain things early. He's got his niche on things he sees early. It's not blindly getting into shit. You see things early. Enzo sees things early. And surrounding yourself and getting to know that there are people that do. You may not be the person that sees something early, but if you just see it a little bit after them, like you get into that line like way before everybody else, but a little bit after them, that's okay too. Because not everybody's going to have the spidey senses tuned the exact same way. And I've realized like, because you start to pick it up when you hear guys like Enzo or Hudah, they're making a call on something, they're talking about something. The more reps you get, it makes sense to you quicker. You don't have to have nearly as much doubt in like, well, you know, maybe they have a bigger stack and that's why they're getting into this. And like, they can afford to lose it on this. And I can't, at some point you got to jump in. And if you're going to do this, and you got to do it. And it's okay if you're not the guy who understands why you made that call, as much as you are confident in the people that you're listening to are like, man, I think there's something about them that sees things differently. I'm going to hang here for a bit and follow what they're saying. It's okay to not be that guy.
Who is Edu? I like him. I like him already.
I disagree that I'm like you. First, secondly, that was like the most backhanded bullshit you've ever heard.
What? No, I feel like
unfucking believable. First of all, everyone here is early. Everyone here is earlier and recognizes where we're at in the cycle, and everyone's going to be doing their own shit in a different way. So Enzo and Hudah, I agree. They see things. Well, I don't know Enzo as well, but Hudah sees things, but also there's multiple ways to skin a cat. So no one's right, no one's wrong. It's good to have Hudah in the posse so he can, help me out with some stuff. But Hudah's also the guy that was like fucking. No, you know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. I don't. Hudah's the guy that was like fucking Pixel. Who's like Pixel Vault's a home run, dude. Invest everything you got.
It absolutely fucking was.
Pixel Vault cooked, dude. What do you mean? Those comics were 10 ETH. DAO tokens were 10 ETH. Comics were 0.2. I was going them the whole time. They ran to 10 ETH.
He was going down, and I go, Hudah, Pixel Vault's some bullshit. He's like, dude, I'm feeling real good about a comeback.
It was a good feel.
Okay. Maybe at that point in the market, maybe it was on its downward trend. For very well could.
Yeah. No.
That was that cycle. That whole ecosystem was one of the biggest cooks we will ever see. That was a wild period of time. Fuck them also. Jesus.
Yeah. We're out. Maybe a couple DAO tokens left.
Yeah, I think there's probably a rogue planet or whatever. Hey, we got those tokens somewhere, the GGs that I meant to like cash out and I accidentally like staked them for however long, which hopefully it works out well for us.
Invested for 5. Yeah, hey, you never know. Sometimes those things turn into something.
Yeah. All right. We're at the hour. Joe, do you have a top meme coin to pick?
No, I'm like Henry, right? I don't know. I'm fucking stupid.
Joe, oh my God, dude.
What? I'm stupid. I don't know anything. I'm Henry. Oh, look at this. I don't recognize. What's that in the distance? I don't see it. I'm fucking stupid. Honestly, I'm kind of like Henry in which I don't have. I think they're all going to zero. I think they're all fucking stupid. My job is to ride the wave and get out before the seatbelt falls off. You know what I mean? But that type of thing. I've learned my lessons with NFTs. That and the cool thing about shitters and fungible tokens is there's not much alliance or loyalty to them, so it's easier to get the fuck out and sell them. That's kind of my feeling, is that we're gambling at this point. Do your best job gambling.
Joe, that shit was hilarious. Not gonna lie, that was a good bit.
Unexpected, Joe.
Bro.
Really
Thanks,
good.
bro.
Really
Well, you
good.
set me up for it, Henry.
Thank you.
I know you didn't mean to, but you did.
Yeah, I wasn't dogging your trading.
I know you. I know you were. I know you weren't thinking that you were, but on some level you are. So
No, it was really about listen, on a football team, you got quarterbacks and you got
Yes.
receivers. Like, it doesn't mean the receiver's better than the quarterback. They just have different skill sets.
Yeah.
And
Here's what I would say is that, like, I'm still.
you want to be the quarterback?
No, I'm still NFT Joe, right? Like, I haven't really got into the fucking mix with the shitters and the meme coins and all that sort of stuff. So there's that. I had a lot of caution going from one to the next through the bear market. I wasn't going to fucking lose my stack during the bear. That was my fucking goal. So now that we're coming back, I'm trying to get elevated and find the differences and nuances with this compared to the old.
Joe,
But during the NFT shit, I don't mean to I would just say that I had lots of connections on my side in which I had a lot of information that was valuable during that time as well. So that's
fucking weird. You never shared any of that with us.
Of course I did. We were in the Discord. Of course I did.
Did you?
Absolutely.
Hudah?
Brain vomits, maybe?
Brain vomits. Yeah. Brain
I don't
vomits.
know. Yeah.
Not only that, dude, we were fucking honestly every single night one of us was saying something about something.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
I mean, honestly,
days.
even remember the eggs? Like, I think
Yeah.
Oh
like,
my God.
it was a fucking joint team trying to infiltrate the eggs.
Yeah.
Henry got to be a mod and started pulling us in. Like, the whole thing was fucking amazing. We were on
Crypto eggs, was that it?
Dude, it was CJ and what was that? Whatever that other guy's name was, just the ruggers of ETH, but those went to like 3 ETH when
Guys,
we finally got them.
It's a crypto punk that's launching it. Oh my God.
Oh
It's a
yeah,
punk.
yeah. That's it.
Man, the good old days.
Wow.
Fucking wild.
Hey, real quick, what are your thoughts on like all three of you? Theo Vaughn.
Oh, I like Theo Vaughn.
Okay. Enzo.
Yeah, I love Vietbon. Yeah.
Okay.
Find him
He's
funny.
funny.
Joe.
Dude, he seems okay. He's another guy in the laundry list of just that type of comic that I'm not like wild about, but he does seem like a good dude. So I don't listen to him enough, but if I like any of those dudes, he'd probably be on the top of the list of the guys that I would like.
I thought of you. I was listening to him and Joe Rogan. I haven't heard the whole thing, but I don't. I've seen clips of Theo Vaughn, but I don't like listen to him.
Yeah.
So I've always kind of been curious, and it made me think of you, Joe. It's like, okay, I don't find him funny. Everything feels really like forced. Like,
Sure.
yeah, everything feels a little bit forced. But part of me is like, is what you see who he is, or is that his shtick?
I think that's him. I think it's
I
him.
think that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He forces it because it's like he goes to bat. And he goes to bat a lot, and they don't all hit. But he's a fucking.
He was on like
funny
Road
dude.
Rules back in like the
Yeah.
1990s or something.
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah, which that's where he first was introduced to me. Like, I watched the Road Rules at that time, so like,
Wow.
he was similar. He was similar.
He
to
looks the
that.
exact same too. It's funny.
He really did.
Dude, I loved Road Rules.
Yeah, there he is, right there, Theo.
I didn't realize that. Okay, cool. No, I don't have like a great opinion on him yet. I just was kind of curious. I don't even know where he leans politically or like socially.
I think
No
he's
idea.
like, you know what he said? Here's a couple things that he said that has in the political arena. He was saying on TikTok, I think, like, I saw a clip of him saying that like Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Is that the guy? Is that him? I'm not. There's so many Kennedys. But he was saying like, oh, if anything, I trust that guy. I really trust him. He's a good friend of mine. I trust him in those positions. He's a friend. He's been there for me at times and which great. But also, do I give a fuck about what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. like? Do I trust Robert F. Kennedy Jr. more now that he was friendly to Theo Vaughn for whatever reason? Like, I don't know. But he's a fan of his. He gave him the kind of like he's a good fella type situation. The other thing that Theo was saying was, what the fuck did he say? whatever. I don't even want to get into it, but like, yeah, I'm not like huge fan of him, but I think that he's probably, if any of them, a goodish dude.
It's like a sweet soul.
Yeah, actually, someone told me a story. Someone told a story about him, basically like when he was broke, and then he was just a dumb fuck. Like he's just another dude. He's probably just like us, dumb fuck. And so it's hard. We have to take into consideration everyone's opinions and all those people a lot of people that we look up to because they have shows or some sort of charismatic figure. Deep down are probably stupid, and you shouldn't hold their opinions too high. You should trust your own instincts and your own opinions. That would be my guess.
I think that's a fair assessment.
It's fine.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's fine. All right. I'm not going to let the show end before shilling Gizmo, and I'm doing it for your sake.
What? Tell me.
I think Gizmo is going to be one of. I don't want to say a top meme coin. I think it'll be a top performing rune. Been saying this all day. Everybody's saying it at this point, but Erica Lee right here. If Binance is listing Solana meme coins like Peanut, only makes sense they're going to list its first rune. I don't know about next. I don't know when. I don't even know really if. I think it's got to happen.
Is it still archaic? Do you still like have to sell it in blocks and like do all that shit?
Once you get to the point where it's an exchange, those trades that don't happen on chain or they don't have to,
Order book, yeah.
Gotcha.
So it won't matter. It's just a matter of they need to get that supply somehow. Gotcha. So one rune will get listed. That opens the floodgates for everything else. So it's like let's say Binance or Coinbase or whoever lists them. And then at that point, Magic Eden hopefully has swaps enabled too, right? So then people can go there and just trade any of them. And I don't know. All these market caps, you picture the Solana ecosystem and market caps of hundreds of millions and some of them in the billions, and the same on ETH. We will, without a doubt, and we've already seen it on Bitcoin with some BRC20s, we're going to see some runes in that $1 billion plus range. And with the energy and just all the good vibes from Gizmo, I don't see that. Look, 5x, 10x is and I think Gizmo's going to cook. And again, saw it immediately, still see the exact same thing. I think Gizmo's a cook. If I were Liquid, I'd be buying some more even here. I got a lot of conviction in that one.
I'm out. I almost dumped everything this weekend just because I'm like, I'm up, I'm good. I didn't dump Peanut, which I'm glad I didn't. I did dump the rest of Gizmo, and I'm like, you know what, dude? Minting that on the show was fun, and it was an absolute cook, and I'm like, it served its purpose, and I hope it literally 20x's from
you
here.
were up big. It's you can't lose. You can't lose when you sell when you're up. So good shit. Good shit.
Yeah, that was fun.
Enzo, any parting words? And dude, you're welcome back anytime. You're fucking fantastic.
Absolutely.
No, I massively appreciate you guys having me on. It's actually quite a lot more intellectual than it seems when you're watching. No, but for real, I really appreciate it. I do actually tune in kind of nightly.
Super
so
cool.
It's been cool to come on. Thank you guys.
Oh, good shit. Appreciate you, man. Okay, let me think. Any final
Coco sightings in the Kong's Discord. He's been like kind of, I don't want to say fully back, but he's been in there chatting. It's nice to see him in there.
Was there some sort of rumor that he was CZ at some point, or I know that
he came in Discord the day CZ got released. Nobody had seen him for a while, and he just dropped like a heart emoji. Who knows? Who knows?
Man, the vibes bring back honestly everybody. Everybody's coming back. It's going to be a lot of fun. So looking forward to a very fun few months with you guys. Enjoy your evening. I will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time right here. SlamX official on YouTube, SlamXIO over on X, and Crypto Slam.io. Some big shit to tell you guys about this week, especially Wednesday. Circle the date. Guys, have a great evening. We will fucking see you.
Oh. Happy Veterans Day, especially to Henry and all the other veterans out there. Just wanted to give some props to the vets. Can't have a show with a vet without having,
thanks, man.
A shout out to him, and the rest of the vets. So thank you.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you getting that in there, Joe.
Thanks,
thank
Joe.
you guys for your service to the veterans out there. Have a great night. We'll see you.
We're the non-fungible idiots, don't you know? Banging our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's all everything. Round trip. holders were the kings of the sea. The non-fungible needs to live in the tree. We're all home to zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
All right, a couple tokens like tickers we got to be on the lookout for, guys. There's two like disclosure hearings about like UFO shit this month. So tickers related to like craft and tech and stuff like that. And then that Hudah girl, she's gonna reveal that Poogie dude. Whoever she said, I love you, Poogie forever.
Poogie.
Yeah. That ticker, there's none, right? There's no Poogie ticker or whatever.
Pookie.
There's
No Pookie. Okay.
Yeah, Pookie. There we go. Thank you.
There you go.
So be on the lookout for those. And then kind of like that Skibiddy tokens cooking and, rumors of the Binance listing. There's like, ask your kids like terms that are like kind of hot. My kids were telling me this is like a month or two ago, but like Jonkler and Phineas and stuff, find shit like that. Right. So
Fuck is
That's me,
Phineas?
man.
Phineas is like a
That's
play
me.
on Playboy Cardi and Fiend.
Okay.
Yeah. What's that, Enzo?
I said you can ask me. Like I kind of know all those weird terms because like it's what my friends talk about, man. It's weird.
He's like 16. He's like a 16-year-old.
He's what was that little kid scammer in our group?
Oh, not Alex.
What was his name?
Dude. But he wasn't a kid, right?
I mean, he said he was 15 or 16 and nobody believed him. And
Who the fuck was that?
what was his name?
Alexi?
Levy.
Levy.
I remember too when the Pump Fun stuff kicked off earlier this year. People put together a list of the top tokens, rug tokens, and he was on there.
Ooh, what do you know?
Yo, Henry Hudah in Idiots Discord, the bigger one. Do we have a wallet tracker and stuff like that?
No.
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 Okay.
We don't
You
do
just
that there.
You have your own personal one, is that right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's not a place for trading.
Okay.
No.
I feel like I walked in on you jerking off right now. In silence, shame. That was. What the fuck are you talking?
Joe, do you want to come into the bot Discord?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Hey, give me the bot Discord. You guys aren't all jerking off in there, right?
You'll be.
No,
you
weird
actually
shit
won't be
happens.
surprised.
Yeah, weird shit does happen. Are we still live?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, of course.
Why you got some crazy.
Gotta go.
shit.
No, I was going to show you something, but I can't do it live.
Dude, it doesn't matter. Your room's dark as fuck. We can't see it anyway.
Yeah, but
By the way, this is the point of the show where we hold a guest hostage, which is fucking
and so
funny.
you can bounce if you want. I mean, we just we don't.
I told him we chill for 5 minutes, but
That's cool. It's cool. I'm doing nothing.
yeah, we don't.
Yeah, I got this little Kong thing here, but I can't show it on camera.
Why not? Just out of curiosity, is it like?
It's like a thing that we're gonna have come out at some point.
Oh, gotcha.
I'd be
Did you send my sweatshirt yet, there, Henry? I can't wait. I'm so cold.
this week for sure, though.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
No, I appreciate that.
For sure this week.
Nice.
Yep. All right. Well, fucking have a great night.
Oh, okay. You taking off?
Yep. No, I actually, dude, just it's weird. Trump wins, Bitcoin goes through the roof, and all of a sudden my store is slammed. And
Really?
it's weird, man. Wow, it's weird.
That's amazing, Henry. That's
I mean,
really-
last week wasn't, but like today was. Friday was busier. It was like
Well, you know what it could be. You ever buy like I don't know, like a type of car, or like you're exposed to something new, and you're looking in the world, and you're like, oh shit, there's a ton of them now. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of like maybe that's what you're like, wishfully thinking that it's slammed in there now or something like that.
and it's not like I just made it up.
Yeah. Like
Like, you're like,
the mailman comes in, and you're like, hey, what's up, dude? This is amazing.
as long as I say it out loud, it's like partially true. Like, it's busy. It's real fucking.
No,
busy.
I mean honestly, Henry, the like God, Bitcoin's been shooting up. I mean, I'm not mad about that at all. So
yeah.
yeah, so
All right,
Not
boys.
mad.
Well, listen, mañana.
Manana.
Sounds good.
Enzo, dude, thanks for coming on, bro.
No,
Yeah.
thanks for having me, guys. Massively appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Yeah, you too, bro. You
I think
too.
we talked
Alright.
too Enzo. We talked too much. I'm sorry. We fucking chatted over you. I think sometimes.
No, bro, it's good. I like it. When I'm in CK with Henry, like no one speaks. So fucking hell, it's a really nice change. Yeah.
nice.
It's
nice.
true. It's true.
That's
It's
cool.
true.
All right.
Yeah.
Love you, boys. See
Hey,
you later.
if anyone's buying any shitters, let me know. Let's
Oh, yeah.
fucking do this. What do we
Otherwise, just buy him once Binance list him.
do? Well, you could do that.
Just join the Discord, Joe.
I will. I definitely will. Enzo, I
Get Henry
appreciate
to send you